Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Saber Ridewatch and Decade Complete Form 21 Ridewatch from Kamen Rider Geo. Now these were both, I don't want to say both featured in the special because I really don't think this watch was featured. This form of course was featured, and I think they're just giving us a Ridewatch of this form, but I don't actually think this watch was used. I could be completely wrong about that. It's been a while since I've seen the special, but I know the Saber watch was absolutely used by Geo with the Decade Ridewatch to give him this form. I'll be honest, I thought the form was kind of lame. I thought it really just kind of looked like the normal Decade form and didn't really look all that different, but that's a rant for a different time. So this was a premium Bandai release. I opted to get the American version, the USA version, which was why it took a little bit longer, so apologies. I know that this came out in Japan a couple months ago or so, but I just got this from Toy Collectibles. I had it pre-ordered. It came in a couple days ago with the K-Touch 21. So here we finally are. But yeah, box is pretty simplistic. You just have a picture of the two forms here with the two watches. Armor Time there on the top. Not really too much going on the bottom. Over here on the side, you get a nice look at the two forms. And then over here on this side, you have the two watches. And then you just have some kind of cool artwork here of the two forms again. And then you have the big bluefin stamp letting you know that this is the USA version as opposed to the Japanese release. But they should be exactly the same as far as the inside goes. So let's go ahead, let's get both watches out of the box here, and we'll take a closer look. So here are the two ride watches out of the packaging. We'll start over here with the Saber one. Looking pretty good. Got the nice red and black color scheme there. Front of the watch looking cool. Got the Saber symbol, says 2020. So pretty cool, nice little phrase there. Got the QR code on the back, looks like it's 086. You can also see it here in the plastic, and then you got the rail system. To me, it's just kind of surreal that I'm looking at a ride watch, which is the gimmick of the rider from like 3 years ago, and this is a watch of last year's rider while we have another rider currently airing. Like, this is just crazy. I can't believe how comprehensive the ride watch gimmick series has become. And at this point, I kind of just want it to keep going. I'm kind of hoping we get a Revice one at some point. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so that's a really cool ride watch. Next up, we're going to take a look at Decade Complete Form 21. So because this is kind of a final form, in keeping with the kind of final form line of watches, you have the sparkles here in the outside dial of the watch, in the button over here, and the buttons on the side, which I think is really cool. I think it's nice that they kind of committed to that, since they did that for all the other final forms, you know, with the glitter. They kind of, you know, made this seem like it's seamlessly part of that line, like it was always intended, and I think that's kind of fun. So you got the Decade head there, you got the 2021 down the bottom. And then he is number 109, it looks like. And then, of course, you got the rail system there. So pretty cool. Two really cool DX ride watches. Very happy to add them to the collection, even though it's, you know, so long after Geo ended, they're still making ride watches. But hey, I'm here for it. Let's go ahead. Let's bring in the GQ driver. All right, so let's go ahead and transform. All right, we'll go ahead and do Saber first. So you can see the screen there just says Kamen Rider, and then it has Rider written in katakana, albeit very strange looking katakana because they're using the pixels for the digital readout there. But obviously they didn't have Saber, thought of by the time this came out. So of course it's not programmed into the screen. So it just has kind of a generic Kamen Rider screen there. But you still get all the sounds from the Ride Watch itself, which of course line up very nicely. So very, very cool. I like that a lot. All right, next up we'll do Decade Complete Form 21. So it says complete fin because it's a final form, so it's pretty much the same as the normal complete Ride Watch did, Decade's normal complete Ride Watch. So nothing really new as far as the driver, but at least it makes sense to use that one again, and then you do get the sound effects from the watch. Now, of course, we have to bring this guy in. So again, it just says Kamen Rider Final Attack. So again, not expecting it to have any Saber specific sounds, but it does of course work with it. And just for fun, we'll throw this one on here too. So it just says Decade, which makes sense. And because they're DX Ride Watches, we can go ahead and pop them into the sword. So at the end of the day, I think it's a nice little set. You get two nice DX Ride Watches. The Saber one looks good. Really nice color scheme. I think the sound effects are great. And it's kind of just fun to have this gimmick continuing on. I mean, with the exception of Revice, we're pretty much caught up as far as all the riders that have come have made it into this gimmick, which I think is actually pretty cool. I kind of hope they keep going. Wouldn't mind buying a Revice one in some way later on this year. But in any case, the Decade Complete Form 21 also looks really good. I appreciate the fact that since it is a Final Form Ride Watch, they kept it consistent with all the previous Final Form Ride Watches, so it has that kind of glitter in the outside ring of the watch and the buttons and everything like that That consistency is really nice. But yeah, they're just two nice looking watches. Now, of course, they don't have anything that can display in the driver because neither of these were, even remotely dreamed up back when that came out. But it has that kind of generic Kamen Rider screen, and then it has Rider written very strangely in katakana. I don't know why they could have just had it say Kamen Rider, and for me that would have been enough, but whatever, it is what it is. But the nice thing is, because this gimmick has its own sounds, the watches themselves can provide their own sound effects, so you really don't even miss out on much. So it's fun. Like I said, I think ride watches were a fun gimmick. Wouldn't mind if they continue them. We'll see what happens for the future of ride watches going forward. But yeah, it's a nice little set. Because it's premium Bandai, it was a little pricey, but since I waited for the US release, it honestly wasn't that bad. I kind of think this was somewhere in the area of $30, $35 maybe before shipping, which honestly isn't bad. I feel like for two DX ride watches, that's really a fair price. So if you're looking for this one, I would say you could check Amazon. I've seen Amazon have some of these because they are US released. Otherwise, you could just check Mandarake, Yahoo Japan Auctions, the usual secondary marketplace places to check. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.